recognize Mr. Leifeld for his opening statement.
Thank you, Chairwoman Green, Ranking Member Stansberry, and other members of the subcommittee. My name is Damian Leifeld, and since September 2024, I have been the chair of the Board of Directors for USA Fencing. I am proud to represent USA Fencing at today's hearing. I understand USA Fencing CEO, who has knowledge of the operational, day-to-day activities of the organization, was prepared to testify, but that the subcommittee preferred I appear instead, as made clear by its subpoena. I'm pleased to be here and will do my best to provide you with the information you seek as you consider this important topic. As you know, USA Fencing is a national governing body for fencing. It supports over 700 affiliated clubs and 45,000 members. Like other sports, fencing promotes confidence and respect, and it encourages hard work, training, and discipline. I have been the grateful recipient of fencing's benefit for over 30 years. As an A-rated competitor, a referee, and as a coach, I have worked to bring fencing's benefits to all Americans. Although it was adopted before I joined the board, USA Fencing's transgender participation policy had that same goal. We recognize, however, that gender participation in sports is a complex topic and requires consideration of numerous viewpoints. Considerations of safety and fairness are paramount. I understand that in developing its transgender participation policy, USA Fencing drew on its long experience with mixed gender competition, where men and women have safely and fairly competed against each other for decades. USA Fencing also consulted the practices and policies of other NGBs, as well as those of the IOC, the USOPC, and Fencing's International Federation, known as the FIE. The IOC and FIE policies were particularly important. As an NGB, USA Fencing is governed by the Ted Stevens Act, which forbids NGBs from adopting eligibility criteria that are more strict than those of the Sports International Federation. The FIE does not ban transgender participation. As a result, I understand that the consensus among NGBs, including USA Fencing, is that a ban on transgender participation could violate the Ted Stevens Act. As Chairwoman Green pointed out, I've been a vocal advocate for transgender participation in fencing. Those are my own personal views. My actions as chair, however, are guided by the best interests of the organization and take consideration of the diverse viewpoints held by our members. I want to emphasize USA Fencing's commitment to safety and fairness. I know that in other sports, some athletes have been severely injured in competition involving transgender athletes. Any significant injury in competition is a tragedy, and my heart goes out to athletes like Ms. McNabb who have suffered such injuries. But thankfully, that hasn't been our experience in fencing. USA Fencing has long sponsored mixed gender competition where men and women compete against each other. Those bouts show that mixed gender competition, in fencing at least, does not pose any significant safety risks above and beyond single gender fencing competition. The same is true for fencing involving transgender participation. Additionally, while some attributes more common in men, such as height and physical strength, can certainly confer an advantage in a fencing bout, women more commonly exhibit other advantageous traits such as flexibility and agility. Ultimately, fencing is a sport of strategy and technique. Those elements will most frequently determine who prevails. And when it comes to strategy and technique, neither sex has any inherent advantage. Transgender status thus doesn't appear to confer any inherent advantage over a cisgender fencer. Cisgender women have beaten transgender women in 55% of the bouts, for which USA Fencing has data. I was disappointed to learn that following the Cherry Blossom tournament last month, Ms. Turner has decided to take a break from fencing. I hope she will reconsider. To be clear, USA Fencing has not banned Ms. Turner. She remains free to enter tournaments and free to compete. Regardless, the response to Ms. Turner's bout underscores the importance of this issue and the need for reasoned discussion. USA Fencing welcomes that discussion. There can never be too much conversation about how to make our sport better. And so I want to be clear that if the law, research, or international consensus changes, USA Fencing is prepared to amend its participation requirements. We have been proactive in this area. After months of discussion, USA Fencing recently adopted a contingent transgender participation policy that will go into effect if the law or regulations change. I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you.